Now, here we see how we will install and work with Eclipse. Eclipse, by the way, is one of the popular IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, and it helps you to develop your code faster. And these guys will help you to get some auto suggestions, improve debugging. You can easily identify errors, easily identify if there are any warnings, if there are any particular packages are missing, or let's say classes are missing, it automatically highlights that. So all this will be easily done. Instead of that one, if you just write in Notepad, unless the code compiles and gives an error, you will not know. So that is where this Eclipse really helps. There are other popular IDEs also apart from this, like IntelliJ and all, but Eclipse stands one of the best IDE as of today. And you can go to this particular URL to download that particular Eclipse, and you have both the open source as well as paid versions also. All we need is just the community supported free Eclipse software, and that is more than enough to work on the things we discuss. So this is how it looks like, and you can just click on this and it will download the 64-bit for your Windows operating system. Good part of this particular website is if you go on a Mac system, it automatically identifies the relevant version for you. You don't need to do much effort, do not spend a lot of time to figure out what is for Mac or what is for Unix and all. It automatically figures it out for you. Now after that, you will get one more download click button. Just do it. It's like a two-time download click button for you. And after that, it will get you something like this. An Eclipse installer, it will download. In Eclipse installer, you have different things where it says that if you are an enterprise Java developer or C or C++, you have different software for available for each of it. Since we are all going to work on Java, you can install this particular guy and it automatically creates that Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Now, once it is done, it will start installing. Once you click on the installation button, and after that, once you say launch, it will be launched. And this is how it looks like. And all your Eclipse thing by default stored in this Eclipse workspace. In fact, if you want to change the path, you can always change this location. But this is the default one it identifies, Eclipse of F1 workspace. And this is how you create a Java project where you can just click on this Java project and you can do. There are other things also, but this is the basic thing or the common thing most of the time we need it. And these are all Eclipse shortcut. That means once you enter into Eclipse, if you want to do something like, navigate to edit history or do some matching bracket, all the shortcuts are listed here. So there are a lot of shortcuts. And rather than by hearting, I would suggest like over a period of time when you're working on it, maybe you should start getting one by one, because by hearting all that, I mean, there are some of them listed, even more than will be there if you look at Eclipse documentation. I would suggest start looking at it now and then and keep understanding one by one so that over a period of time you can easily master all the shortcuts. Now this is the first program we can write, and most of the time the first program will be hello world. Here we started with welcome to my Java tutorial. This is how your basic Java program looks like, and you can see every Java program will have a class like this. This is the welcome class we have created. In that it will have a method with the signature called public static void main, and it will have a string. This is a string array, and it will have a parameter called args. This is the default signature you have to use for any main method which you write in Java. And this is system.out.println, which is the function, or here in this case system.out.println helps you to print something on your std out. Here in this case it will be your display terminal, but sometimes if you want you can send to file also, that is also possible. Here in this case it tells that Java that just print welcome to my Java tutorials, and after that give a new line. That is what this does. And all your code, if you look at it, is surrounded by flower braces. That means the code starts here and ends here, whereas this function code starts here and ends here. And in Java, if you want to do a single line comment, you can use double slashes. That is one single line comment. If there are multiple comments, you can use backslash star, just like the C way, so that you can include multiple line comments. Now, once you click this run, here is the run button. So it shows in your editor console, which is your Eclipse. The output shows up here. So it says print system.out.println, welcome to Java tutorials, and it shows up here. You can also execute this program from command line also. Eclipse hides you a lot of things like Java, C, Java and all. It all takes care by itself. It will not just show you that. It is like kind of abstraction. Whereas if you really want on your Windows or Unix machine, you can do that. One thing you need is Java C, which is a Java compiler, as well as the JVM, which is this Java. These two programs are required. So Java C is to convert your welcome.java program to a class file, which when you do this, Java C welcome.java, it creates a class file called welcome.class. And once the class file, which is nothing but the bytecode, is created, if you want to execute it, that is where you need this JVM program, which is Java welcome, and it executes your bytecode. And the output is welcome to my Java tutorials.